Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I have my follow-up unboxing for a couple more of my new budget items. This is from Aelene Shop on Etsy. I will definitely link their shop in the description. A Canadian shop. Apologies, kind of a weird angle right now. I did not have time. I wanted to unbox this on a work break and I did not have time to set up the tripod, etc. So apologies that it's kind of awkward, but hopefully you can see everything. Honestly, I really wanted to get this unboxed so I can then film my my video probably tonight or tomorrow of my new envelope and binder setup and all that. So let's get into it. Got this very cute little order thank you card, and they included actually move the box. Oops. I'll move the box there. So they included a free A6 envelope, which is great, and a cute, oh, sorry, this is upside down, and a cute savings challenge. So that was very sweet of them to include as a little freebie. So you might have seen in my last video, and if you haven't, I hope you go and check it out. I ordered a couple of new things from the Aesthetic Dollar, and so this order is accompanying that order because some of the things the Aesthetic Dollar did not have in stock at the time, and I just honestly didn't really want to wait for her to have things back in stock. So I went to Etsy, and it's nice because this shop is Canadian. Aesthetic Dollar is not Canadian, so there was a little bit of duty that I had to pay. Again, was happy to pay it, no question, but just obviously still something to consider. So this, I got I believe there's 10 in here, envelopes, custom envelopes for my sinking fund binders. So, ooh, sorry, hopefully the crackling of that plastic, hopefully it's not too bad. Ooh, these are lovely and matte finish, which I love. They're so much easier to handle. Really, these are really nice. So we have 1 month ahead. Veterinarian. Sorry, I'm working with a different camera angle here. Veterinarian for my kitty cats. Travel, of course, definitely a big priority. Again, I'll get into that in my next video of like, hey, where have I been for the last 2 years? So then we have a house maintenance envelope, car maintenance, lovely. Homekeeping, this is kind of my ode to Martha Stewart. I have her homekeeping book for like cleaning and organizing my home, and I've been going through it and it's been amazing. So homekeeping is that. So this is kind of, you know, some funds if I want to like buy some new like home organization items, cleaning items, things like that like aren't like day-to-day necessities, but just like minor improvements to the home. That's what this envelope is for. So next we have fertility treatments. Me and my husband are beginning to go through with actual, you know, we're now at the phase of procedural treatments for fertility for 2026. So definitely we want to start putting some additional funds away for that. We already have, I just want to note, we already have a chunk of savings saved up, but we're trying to just buff that because really there's so much unknown when it comes to, if anyone out there has been through fertility, you know that there's a bit of there's just a lot of unknown, and you don't really know exactly what's covered, what's not covered. I'm here in Canada, so there's not much that's actually covered. We do not have work plans that cover fertility medication, etc. So we're really flying by the seat of our pants. So this envelope is definitely an important one for us. Then I have Christmas and holidays. Again, it's just my husband and I. So Christmas is kind of the big one. to me, this is also like birthdays and stuff. Like, I'm not someone who's like, I need to spend money for Halloween. I need to spend money for Easter. Like, that is not who we are. So I just feel like one envelope for this type of, sinking fund is more than sufficient for us. Maybe that'll change once we have kids, but for now, no. Insurance. So this envelope is for our yearly insurance amounts. We have been paying our house insurance in one yearly payment, which I actually really, really, really prefer versus monthly. So I'm actually also going to try and save up enough to also do our car insurance paying once per year at the same time that we do our house insurance. So that's my goal, because it is a huge relief to just pay your insurance once and not have to think about it on a monthly basis. So there's insurance. And then I do have a 6 month ahead envelope. Obviously, this is going to take a while to fill, but I am, going in this with hope and all the things that hopefully we can actually start putting money in this in 2026. So it's exciting. It's exciting. If you don't try for something like this to happen, then it's not going to happen. So emergency fund, of course, not much needed to be said here. We already do have an emergency fund set up, but this is just potentially buffering that a little bit more. Again, just from, everything, and like there's so much uncertainty in the world and all the things. So yeah, want to beef that up. Again, I'll get into things in a little more detail when I give you my kind of where we've been for the last 2 years update. I'm going to outline all of my updated all of our updated financial goals, all the things. So you will see that in the next week or so. My next envelope is maternity leave. So this is going to be an interesting envelope. I hope one day we will be lucky enough to have to use it. But again, a lot of unknowns with our fertility situation right now. But I wanted to make this envelope made so I see it, I visualize it. Again, I'm in Canada here, so we do get employment insurance when you go off on maternity leave. But unfortunately, the employment insurance that I would be qualifying for is not even close to our household income. So really want to work on buffering that as much as we can. Again, likely once we're pregnant, then we would work on that envelope, but I'm excited for it to be in the pile. And then I have a renovations envelope here. Again, not much has to be said about this. We decided a year or so ago that we are staying in the house that we are in for at least the next 5 to 10 years, potentially longer. We think it's the right move for us financially. We're in a really good position when it comes to what we have. We recently did some renovations in the backyard and we built a garage, which is amazing. And we are living quite affordably, I'll say, compared to a lot of people that we know, because I have been in this house for many years. For context, if you hadn't watched any of my previous videos, I bought the house that I'm in right now about 12 or 13 years ago. So I have about 13 years of equity in the house, which is great. And then when I met my husband and we got married, he's now essentially bought into the house. And so we own it together now. So there are some renovations that we want to do. Again, we don't have to do them, but in the next 5 years or so, for example, our main primary bathroom is in pretty terrible condition. It would be so great to work towards funding that as much as we can in cash. So that's the goal there. And then the last two, again, I think they kind of speak for themselves: retirement and mortgage. Again, we are very blessed to be in the situation that we're in, and we've decided that we are going to stay here and really push ourselves to pay this mortgage off as quickly as we can. Again, within reason, of course, but we really would like to pay it off within the next 6 to 7 years. So this is going to be a critical long-term sinking fund envelope. And then lastly, retirement. My husband is fortunate enough to have a pension through his work, but I think most people, especially here in Canada, know that these days work pensions are not enough to actually cover cost of living when you're in retirement. You do need a buffer. I no longer have a work pension because I've moved into the private sector from my previous job. So I myself have to invest quite a lot more on my own, which I'm proud of what I've done so far. Again, I'll give you all the details and nitty gritty in my next video. But again, retirement envelope for obvious purposes. I plan on essentially building up this envelope and then quarterly or so investing it where it makes sense to do so. Okay, so those are all of the envelopes. Sorry, that was a little bit chatty, but I think the explanation was definitely needed. So I got a couple of binders from her. Oh, I did get 3. Okay, I couldn't remember what I did or did not get. So I got 3 binders from this store. Again, I apologize. Honestly, the lighting in here. Hang on, I'm gonna turn this light on. See if you can see a little better. Oh, that's a little better. Sorry about that. It is a gloomy, snowy day right now. Yeah, it's not nice. So these are the 3 binders that I got. So I got a black, a like deep kind of, I'll call this like a deep gray. It's not taupe, it's gray. This is definitely more taupe. This was like technically, I think they mentioned it as a brown. It's definitely not a brown, especially when you put it up to the gray and the black. It's definitely more of a cool toned, but I really like it. I'm still super happy with it. It's not like a warm chocolate brown, but these are going to be my 3 binders moving forward. So let's just open one so I could show you. So I would say that this is a pretty standard layout for these binders. 6 rings. Yep, feels like it opens and shuts quite nicely. Area for card holders. Again, I'm not going to use these card holders, probably not this either. These are truly just going to be for sinking funds and savings challenges. So those are the 3 binders that I'm going to set up in my next video and determine which envelopes go in what. So I am so excited to get things back on track, get things moving. I literally got my cash out of the bank last night to make my first stuffing video. Again, it's been a very long time since I've done this, so I'm really excited to get back into it. I can't wait for you to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.